Hey guys, welcome to another Addicted Fishing podcast. We got a real interesting kind of special behind the scenes one here, but before we get started, to check us out on Spotify and Apple Play. I think I got that right. As you can tell, Marlon's not here today in the podcast, so this might be a little bit, right? if this gets kind of awkward. And
radio voice cam. You have a really good radio voice.
I do?
Yeah, I think you do. If if you would just wing it, you'd have it, dude. So we might have new careers.
I've been talking for 2 days. I can't stand this anymore, but we're talking to you guys today.
Yep. Cam's been on the forefront of making our seasons and everything else happen and talking people into letting us fish. I could see his frustration, but we're not here to rant about that today. Today we're talking about kind of like he said at the beginning, a real insight on what it's like to do Addicted, and not just Addicted, but the filming aspect of it. We have our new camera guy, assistant camera guy, second to Sean, out with us today, talking about what it's like to go out and chase us around and what the stress of Cam and I take on to try to make these things happen. It's a lot of fun.
A lot of people think that, we just go out and, just kind of go fishing and wing it every time. And don't get me wrong, it definitely kind of started at, the way Addicted Fishing started. I was even editing like the highlight reels. We just go out and just catch fish. And, as things have just kind of progressed in YouTube and, kind of getting the feedback from the viewers and you guys out there, talking about what you want to see in podcasts and YouTube and whatnot, everything's kind of progressed. And, we've gotten editors involved and camera guys involved. And we've just realized, like, in order to get like that good content that you guys can see and we don't miss those like awesome moments during the videos, we've hired camera guys to come follow. And there's a lot of prep and a lot of planning and a lot of kind of, honestly, a lot of trial and error with what we've done over the last few years to get to where it's at.
Yeah, that's a lot of people don't understand. Some people do. Maybe people are in media or whatever else, how hard it can be to pull it all together at times. The clock is ticking. People are on the clock. It's probably the most stressful stage of fishing that there is. Other than, like, even guiding, it's more relaxed. The guy loses a fish, he loses a fish. Put it back in the rod. You know what I mean? Like, it's repetitive, and it's like there's method to it, and you get your program and you run it, but with the filming, it just has to happen. We go out and we cast. The day has to progress, and it sometimes can be frustrating. Like today, me and Alex went out and fished for 9 hours straight. I'm by myself. He had the camera the whole time. We made a few casts throughout the day to try to help, but it didn't happen. And so you burn that whole day, and you work so hard to go out and achieve and use the product and use everything you can to bring it all together and have a video that might or might not do good. It's a very interesting work environment. I found it makes fishing work in a way, but also it's just all it incorporates too. It's really an interesting experience.
Just a massive amount of work for the final product. Yeah. It looks like it all flows smooth, and it doesn't. Yeah. Like, it's like today, the camera issues, gimbal issues, scrambling to get set back up, and you burning through batteries, burning through cards.
Yeah.
It's just all day battle. And then that's not even adding the weather.
Right.
Today we got there and it was pouring rain, the wind was blowing, and trying to keep the umbrella above the camera equipment. And
last time Alex came, I took him on a 3-day little film bender, and he broke his tailbone trying to chase me through the woods and across the river and up and over trees. And it's hard,
wrong boots.
As my dad would say, it ain't an effing race. And when I'm on the river, I'm hauling ass. I'm trying to catch a fish and make the whole video, and we might get 3 shots out of an 8-hour day, 4-hour day.
If this fishing thing doesn't work out, you could make it as the Olympic speed walk. It's like impossible to keep up with Jordan because he's just moving nonstop.
Yeah. It was
at 1,000 miles an hour.
I can only, and then he sleeps on my couch, so it's like he's really getting a lot of good rest.
Yeah, and then Jordan says, I say, Jordan, what time are we getting up in the morning? 5:30. So I'm up at 5 so that I can be ready to go at 5:30, and Jordan gets up at 7:30.
Today.
Yeah, that was today.
Yeah. I didn't want to be the first one to where we went. There's way too many people.
Well, there's a lot of strategy. There's a lot of strategy.
I want to get to fish. I didn't want to not be able to stop because we floated. And I'm not going to get off on a tangent about fishing and floating, but yeah, but when it does come together, we'll go to the positive side. We're bitching up here because we didn't get a video today, and we worked all day. It seems like a hopeless work environment.
But sometimes you don't get a video.
Yeah.
But
it is usually I always take it personal. It's like, it's my fault we didn't get a video today, but what could I have done with that extra hour and a half of daylight? nothing.
it's
You know
not
what I
a-
mean?
it's
Like
not a
I
studio setting.
couldn't
we're
have
at
saved the day. Yeah, like it just.
But we've put out a lot of videos where we've gone out and fished and not even caught a fish,
Yeah.
like not even a trout. And I mean, sometimes there's a lot of realism there too. But then again, too, I also understand sometimes you just go to the river and it's like, unless you want to watch me cast for 8 hours, I don't flip my raft. I didn't crash into anybody. Nothing happened. No Karens on the river. I didn't even hook a fish. It's like,
I wanted to hook one and eat it today. That was like the main point, So you have that expectation. I talked about it in the beginning of that brown trout video, and that was kind of just me sitting around in the intro to that video. If you guys didn't see it, we went to Wisconsin and fished for brown trout and made a really great video. But in the beginning of it, I talk about like the vision of an angler. I've dropped about 45 things on the floor. I just dropped a hat off the table. I'm starting to freak out. I'm talking with my hands too much today. Where was I?
Oh, I even forgot too.
Damn it.
We were talking about just like expectation. You were talking about
setting expectation. When you become an angler and you like make it a pursuit in your life, you put expectation on your fishing experience because you've done it already, So you set in your mind like, what's the perfect trip look like? What's the perfect day of fishing look like? And it's hard not to, when you do that, especially with a video, you have a title in your mind, you have a picture in your mind, you have all this stuff, and you're just expecting, a exact format of the day, and if you can't make that happen,
you're at the mercy of Mother Nature.
The thing is too is like when we did
and we're talking about Mother Nature. Sorry to cut you off, but we're talking about Mother Nature here, everybody. It's like you're putting your expectation on the river.
Well, I can say I sat in my garage all day with my earplugs in, talking on the phone, working on gear, and I did not envy you guys one bit for being out there today because it did not stop raining. No, you talk about that expectation, and too, like there's been times like where we've gone, even filming like Addicted Alaska 1, like we went there, and Addicted Alaska 2, we went there like this like set plan, and then it doesn't happen, and then like sometimes you get a little bent if it doesn't happen, but then when we went and did the third movie, which comes out here right now, I think things just
went well.
Freaking crazy because it was like we had one goal. We didn't know how we were going to do it. We had one kind of thing in mind and one overtone of the movie, one goal. We're not going to spill that out right now, but we just tried to let things happen. And when you let things happen, it was awesome. I think it's going to be a good experience for sure. But expectation. Shoot, every time I go out, I expect to catch fish. But
exactly.
That's the way she goes. But I got a question for you because when we did Addicted Alaska 3 and was talking to our camera guys up there, all those guys came from the hunting and from filming like sports or ski shoots and stuff where they're like setting shots. And I asked the camera guy at the end of the day, I said, at the end of the trip, I'm like, will you do fishing again? He's like, no. He's like, fishing is the hardest thing that he's ever filmed versus hunting. You think about hunting, guys go out 3 days and they hike and they do this stuff, but they're not really like filming. They're piecing their shots, and then they see an animal, or then they're in the moment, and then they're filming and they're setting and they're doing a thing. Or when like with skiing, the guy's going to take the line, they set the shots, and he was explaining it. He's like, fishing? He's like, that camera better be on for the 8, 10, 12 hours a day you're out there because it can happen in a flash. Like if you go out and you get that one fish that one day, and you don't have the camera guy on it.
Exactly.
It's difficult. And you've done
the hardest thing to get is the hook set. Because you never know when it's coming. You can try to plan for it. But that hook set, like 90% of the time we don't get the hook set if we're out. Like we'll get it with the GoPros and stuff because they'll run nonstop. But on the big cameras, it's hard to get that hook set because you can't just run nonstop or you end up with a million hours of just worthless footage that you still gotta go through to edit. So it's definitely like fishing is one of the most challenging things, and for so many reasons. I mean, you're trying to get the right angle, the right shot, and stuff like that, but you're limited because you can't walk on water. So, and especially like in a boat, like I hate filming in a boat because you are so limited on the shots you can get. Like you can't, like that's why the drone and stuff is nice because you can get outside the boat and film from outside in. But when you're inside the boat, it's so hard to be creative inside the boat. So instead of having the same video every single time, you're trying to mix it up, but you're stuck in like in a hallway, basically. And fishing is one of the hardest things I've ever filmed. It's just such a challenge because like we said, you're at the mercy of Mother Nature. And like hunting videos, you have one animal. Like, yeah, you may not get that animal, but you shoot that one animal and then you're set.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's it. Like then you can literally shoot the animal in the first 5 minutes and then shoot the rest of the video. Like you don't have to shoot it
Right.
You don't have to shoot in chronological order, because that is the apex of the video, is that shooting that animal. So then once you do that, then it's just easy. You just shoot the rest of the stuff. So yeah, fishing is, it's ridiculously hard to film.
You know, one thing we've eventually, like, you know, from even our starts, like, to getting, you know, I mean, I could still remember us, like, all down on the riverbank, like, arguing, like, who was going to hold, like, the camera and who was going to do this stuff, because I would always say, like, you know, pretty much, at least in the salmon steelhead world, like, every fishing video you saw out there was bent rod, net job, bent rod, net job, bent rod, net job. You rare, like, when you saw takedown videos, they were pretty rare, you know, and you might see one or two takedowns video, but, like, you didn't see a lot of this. Like, you never saw, like, the guy swinging, setting the hook, and then his reaction, and then, you know, just all that moment. Like, that's like, I mean, like I said, we've all landed a lot of fish, but I think if it was for the hook set, I'd quit fishing, right? I mean, it's like, that's the best part sometimes. And, you know, without having the guys like you that are, like, true professionals out there actually doing this, we've seen a lot of, like, people kind of come across and then, you know, go away, come across, go away, because they can't. It's just so hard to get that quality content. It's just so hard to portray that to you guys, like, how much goes into just making just these videos where we're running around and
that's
doing our thing.
And that's one of the things you have to get in your head as a, like, I'm an avid fisherman, love fishing, fish my whole life. That's my life. I come here, film, I don't fish. Like, if you want to film for Addicted, don't expect to fish. Like, it's not. And like, I knew that coming into it, because I've seen Sean, talk to Sean and stuff like that. I knew it wasn't. I wasn't going to be fishing alongside you guys. I was going to be filming, you know, behind the scenes, and I'm okay with that, because I love just the experience. I love, like, coming over here is a whole new world to me. Everything's new. Like, I've been writing down all the rivers I've been on, just keeping
great.
like well, I've been
they're probably going to guide license next week and start guiding now.
That's my retirement plans, to sell all Jordan's hot spots.
Perfect.
No, but it's a great experience doing this, and see all new stuff and get to travel around, and it's a dream. And, like, don't even hardly ever touch the rod, but still.
Now, to be fair,
you got to get up on getting the shots. Like, I hope this isn't a tangent, but, like, when we go out there, in my mind, like, when we're trying to make a video, it's like you have to be professional about it. You can't just cast and retrieve and go, oh, I got another one. You're just engaging that camera and doing all that and making that happen. You know, you, like, plan for those, like, short little pieces. Like, you need this in this format to get, like, this part of the video. You know, I think there's a lot of psychology that goes into it. And so the mindset of the camera guy especially it's exhausting. You know?
Well, it's like, even like today, I'd be like, hey, and, you know, can you do me a favor and just walk towards me? I'm going to get this slow motion shot of you walking through the water. You know, it's not all just on the fly. You know, we're still stopping and getting the shots we want, the cut shots and the B-roll and stuff like that. And yeah, it's a lot of work.
But when a good day goes good.
Oh yeah, it's magic. I was just gonna say too. The other thing is too. The other challenge that we have is a lot of times too. Like when we're filming, it's really hard, you know, to film, like, some of those choice spots, because we've got other anglers. And it's like,
we want to guarantee you're gonna get one.
And I mean, we have no problem filming around other anglers, but, like, we can't go to, like, you know, a necessarily quote unquote a hot spot and expect everybody else to run our routine because we're trying to film. Like, no, those guys, they're fishing.
There was a huge gap in the best part of the hole today when I floated through, and I didn't stop because I couldn't film.
Yeah, I mean, but then if you're parking around and moving guys up and down the bank and getting in the way of guys fishing, it's hard.
But just even pointing the camera at it in front of all those people, even if they are fans, I don't know. I think none of us really like that. You know, we try to be courteous to the people around us and try not to give those spots away and stuff like that. And that's, you know, luckily it seems like a lot of the videos that we make are on foot and moving around and not just standing at those hatchery holes and catching fish all day. So we've made those. That's kind of like, you know, it's there's videos that will be suggested to you on our page or on YouTube even that have hundreds of thousands of views of us catching those fish, and it is cool because those, like, I've talked to clients and stuff, and when they watch these videos, I have clients that said they've watched Addicted Alaska probably 150 times, 300 times. Like people just replay it every night. I go fishing. I put it on,
and then you tell them that's how steelhead fishing every time with you is.
They just get
right?
stoked. It's just it's fish porn. You know what I mean? It's fish porn. And it's crazy how YouTube doesn't seem, fish porn is not what YouTube wants. You know what I mean? It wants a real, like, interactive and engaging, and like it's like virtual reality. It seems like what they're selling on YouTube, and you look at some of the big YouTubers and stuff that do make a lot of money. It's when you take it super serious, it almost is offensive. You know what I mean? Like the quality of the video that we're coming out with throughout these trips is like, and then you look at these guys who are going around with a GoPro on their chest, and that's the whole video, and it's just it's making a lot of money. It's blowing it out of the water, and so it can be very frustrating at times to.
Yeah, it's not just the quality of the footage; it's the content within.
Yeah, it's an interesting world on there. So,
but I think in the salmon and steelhead world, like I just got done with a trip from Florida, and kind of seeing some of that content, seeing that stuff, and I mean, we produce some really good stuff. I mean, really good stuff, and I think we check a lot of the boxes, but just the salmon steelhead market, it just isn't big.
Yeah.
It's just not big.
Yep.
And I mean, but I think in this world, like, we're still going to keep doing our same thing and
stretch the wings
and keep coming up with creative ideas. And the other thing is too, guys, is for you guys listening to this podcast, leave comments below. We read these. And if you guys want to see certain things in our filming,
like Cameron ice fishing.
Like Cameron ice fishing. Do not suggest Cameron ice fishing.
That's my goal.
Because I can tell you, Cameron's not going ice fishing.
Stick him in an igloo.
Yeah, you're telling me to go ice fishing after I just spent the week in 85-degree weather catching peacoks. Yeah, I ain't going ice fishing.
Nice and toasty in the huts.
Yeah, no. So don't suggest that. But I mean, suggestions, ideas. We're always open to it. Always look to that.
Well, time to do live feed, everybody.
I think so.
Yep. Thanks for listening, everybody. And be sure to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Comment below.
Peace out.